Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to episode 18 of Bliss Tell. Short statured but long winded. Okay, I just realized that, I'm in bed, but who sits in bed in a blazer? I know it's a bit ridiculous, but wearing my blaze, don't got a shirt on today. Sorry, can't have everything all the time. If it makes you feel any better, I'm wearing sweatpants underneath. Okay, so, yeah. It's Friday. What time is it? It's 9 again. It's 9 a.m. Just like last week. The only difference with last week is that last week I wasn't writing a first draft. This week I should be. I should be writing. But it's release day. It's French kissing release day, and I'm going absolutely crazy. And I know this, so I calculated some extra time to write this first draft to take into account that today was going to be absolutely nuts. So, yeah, let's do the episode. Oh, my tummy is growling. I haven't had my breakfast. So, I'm enjoying today. Not exactly taking the day off. I have some stuff to do, but I'm not writing. So, I'm enjoying the day. So let's get on with it. The highlights of the past week. It has been a crazy, crazy week. It's like every morning I woke up, and it's like every morning I woke up to some amazing news. So let me share the news with you. Okay, first of all, my new beta or beta reader. I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce it. My wife said it was beta. She took Latin in school. Of course she did. Carrie from Texas, she read Far From the World We Know, and she liked it. Yay! It's great. And I've been hearing some positive murmurs from Cheyenne, who's editing right now, who's editing the book. So, good early, well, it's not really a review, but, noise. So I'm very happy with that. And Cheyenne also said that she is breezing through the edits, and she's already on her second pass. And I'm starting to dream of an early release date for this one, but I'll keep you posted on that. We'll see. So, the big thing this week, of course, is the release of French Kissing 3. It's out. I'm so excited. I'm very happy with the book, and it's doing so well. When I woke up, it was on 2 in Les Romans in the US and 1 in the UK. It's gone back to 2 in the UK by now. Anyway, doesn't matter. Sorry. It's doing really well, and all the other scenes are moving up in the charts as well. All of that is really great. Let me see if I wrote anything down. Oh yeah, the reactions to it have been pretty amazing too. My launch team seem to enjoy it. Well, I think if you read season 1 and 2, it's pretty hard not to enjoy season 3, right? People are sad that it's the last season, but I added an author's note at the end of French Kissing season 3, which you will see when you buy it. Buy it. And I explained that their story has come to an end. I guess, I probably wouldn't have a problem coming up with a season 4, but, it's going to be a bit of the same all over again, right? So, I think they've suffered enough. So, it's the end of French Kissing. But, after the book I'm writing now, The Road to You, I'm starting on a new series, so, The Cougars. No, it's not going to be called The Cougars. So, French Kissing, awesome. Oh, I want to share this with you. This morning, I got up, I have my routine, make my coffee, allow myself 30 minutes on the internet before I have to shut it off, otherwise I can't write. This did not happen this morning, but I was like on the internet, and I was getting all these emails and these tweets and these reactions to French Kissing, and I had a tear in my eye, and my wife, she hadn't left for the office yet because it was early. And I went to her and I said, "Oh, I never thought my life was going to be like this." I had an emotional moment, but PMS. So, But anyway, thank you all for being so extremely nice to me. I'm just a writer from Belgium, so thank you so much. So let's move on. The other exciting news of the week. Oh, still haven't got my haircut. Getting a haircut next week. Promise you. Next week I will look different. Anyway, I signed the contract for the audiobook of Seasons of Love. Yes, this is very exciting news. This audiobook company, production company, approached me like a few weeks back, and negotiated a little bit, talked a bit, and yeah, it's a deal now. And this morning they already sent a sample of a possible narrator for Alice, because the entire book is from Alice's point of view. So it's a very posh sounding British lady. So very exciting, because this is my first audiobook, and I've been getting a lot of questions. Because audiobooks, they are on the rise, right? So many people listen to audiobooks now, but I've explained before why it's very difficult for us to make audiobooks ourselves. And then this deal came along, and I didn't have to do anything for it. I got courted, which is amazing. And yeah, so this is gonna happen, and well, it's not gonna happen like that. It's gonna take possibly 2 to 3 months. But then, yeah, I'll have my first audiobook out. So I'm very excited about that. I'll keep you up to date on this. But I want to say one thing. Um, the person who contacted me about this, I asked her. Well, actually, my wife did. Oh, she did all the negotiating for me. Thank you, honey. We asked, why this book, and one of the reasons she stated was because of all the positive reviews for it. That was a deciding factor in choosing to contact me. So I need to thank everyone who has left a review for Seasons of Love. Reviews are so important, and I know I keep saying that, but they're not just important to stroke my ego, which is always nice, but it's important, to get other possible readers excited, and you never know who's browsing the Amazon charts, right? So thank you so much for leaving a review and for making this happen for me. So thank you. Yes. Okay, so we, from top to bottom, progressing, almost done with the edits. And we have a cover which my wife made. It's a very good cover that she made again. I asked her yesterday. I said, we should hire out your services, and she said, yeah, but I said no, because I want you all to myself. And then we'll need to have a discussion about that. But no, only work for me. So it's going well. If any from top to bottom authors are watching this, by the time this goes live, you should have received your edits. If you haven't, something's wrong, and you should contact me. So then, next news. What's the next news? Oh yeah, well, I booked an editor for The Road to You. It's not going to be Cheyenne. Cheyenne is very busy these days, because she writes novels herself now. So if I want to publish a novel every month, I can't expect her to edit every novel I write. That's not possible. So my editor for this book is going to be Lucy Feldhaus, who I've worked with quite a few times. She's written quite a few stories for us. We've worked with her with Lady Lit. So new experience. Excited. So once I book the editor, my deadline is I cannot move my deadline anymore, which is like good for me, because then I have to power through. And I started writing the book on Tuesday, and I have 3 days of writing in. It's 10,000 words in, and it's going really well. I'm very excited about it. This one is structured a little bit differently, and I'm trying to take it more slow, because, well, I write fast-paced books. I mean, I can't help myself. But every time then when I reread what I've written, like when I was reading Far From the World We Know Again before sending it to the editor, I said, "Oh, this is so fast. Slow down, girl." And so I'm making myself slow down for this one, especially in the beginning. Bit of a more of a slow build. So I'm trying to do that. I'm very excited about the book. It kind of feels like when I'm writing it, it feels like when I was writing Seasons of Love, which was a process I really enjoyed. I don't know, when I was writing Seasons of Love, I was just feeling it like so much. It really depends from book to book, and yeah, Seasons of Love. I mean, this is going to sound really vain. Tend to sound vain from time to time, but when I was writing Seasons of Love, I knew I was writing a great book. I don't know, I just got this feeling, kind of having the same feeling again with this one. But look, I shouldn't have said that, because now it's gonna be over. Plus, I know how it goes when you write a book. Right in the beginning, you're pumped. This is great. Me and my two fingers. But I know, like next week, there's gonna be a day, 2 days, hopefully not 3, when I think it's gonna be shit. That's just how it goes. That's the cycle of writing a first draft. There always comes a time when I think it's shit, and it's pretty universal. I've heard many other authors say this. So it doesn't actually mean that the book is shit or that what you're writing on that day is shit. Just it's just a psychological process you have to go through every time you write a book. It's not easy writing a book. Anyway, the road to you, it's going well. So, and even more exciting news, my BookBub got accepted, which is great. So this is a BookBub ad for season 1 of French Kissing, to promote the new season. So if you are new to French Kissing and you were thinking about maybe giving it a try, and you're not in Kindle Unlimited, so you can't download it for free with your subscription, French Kissing season 1 is going to be on promo mid-March, so you may want to wait for that to read it. So that's also awesome. Yes, because my BookBub for At the Water's Edge at the end of last year, did really well. So I'm very excited that I got another one. And I think that's about it for this crazy week. Thank you to everyone who has bought French Kissing season 3 already. Thank you so much. Yeah, what can I say? You're all awesome. Great week. So next week I'm just gonna write. I mean, I have no choice. I have to get this first draft done. Not next week. I have another week. So yeah, I don't know why, but since we've come back from Australia, my writing, it feels different. It feels like all I have to do is show up, and then it just happens. I mean, obviously I do some plotting, but pretty loose, like very broad stroke plotting, and I don't know. It's just it seems much easier to get into flow, and I think it might be because I've been paying a lot of attention to my health. I've been eating. Well, we cook our own meals now. Which brings me to another thing. Netflix, my favorite topic of all. There's this new show on Netflix called Cooked, made by this guy who wrote a book, Michael Pollan, who's in all these food documentaries on Netflix. I've seen them all. I've seen all the food documentaries on Netflix. Make some new ones, and it's about just check it out. It's really amazing. There's this episode on bread. Oh my god. We watched it on bread day. We have a bread day these days. Wednesday is bread day. It's an amazing show. It's 4 episodes, and it's very interesting. I learned some things for sure. Watch it. So anyway, next week, writing. Yes, healthy. No more takeout for us. Cooking. Okay. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have noticed that I'm like one of these obnoxious people who always post pictures of their dinner. Especially when I made it myself. So anyway, let's move on to the questions. Oh, I'm at 15 minutes already. I'm not gonna make it under 20 minutes, but it's all right. It's release week. I can, give myself a little bit more leeway. So, I feel so out of breath. I mean, what am I doing here? I'm driving myself crazy. So, Leandra asked via YouTube, when did you begin to write erotica? Was it a natural thing or did you have to make a jump from another genre? Well, first of all, I don't consider myself an erotica writer anymore. My books will always have sexy scenes, but if you, I recently heard erotica described as like an erotica story is a story that falls apart without the sex scenes, and I used to write erotica for sure, but now I think most of my books can hold up pretty well without the sex scenes. I mean, there would be a gaping hole of need. But I'm a romance writer now. But let me see. I wrote like such a long reply to this question, and now I need to like talk about it. So to answer your question, well, I started writing, like seriously writing, in 2012, almost for like mid no, well, I had another pen name before, wrote one book, didn't do very well. It was not erotica, though according to my gay friends it was. They should talk. Um, so and then I wrote this book, and then I said, okay, what's next? And then I don't know, it was like kind of a natural decision to start writing erotica, and Hired Help came out, I think in June 2012, which is almost 4 years ago. I can't believe it. Been Harper Bliss for almost 4 years. Oh, it's been a good 4 years, though, I'll tell you that. It's amazing. Um, okay, lost my train of thought. Okay, let me see. Yeah, of course, because I started out as an erotica writer, readers now they expect me to have spicy scenes in my books, in all of my books, which I try not to disappoint, and I enjoy writing the sexy scenes. I mean, I'm obsessive about word count, so I keep track of all my sprints, and you can always tell when I've been writing an erotica scenes, my words per minute just goes up and up and up, because I'm like, oh, I'm in like really in the moment, and yeah, I enjoy it, and I will never be a fade to black writer. It's not my thing. I think, why not add the sexy scene, right? Because that's why I started writing it in the first place. I was reading these books, and then it stopped when it was getting interesting. No, I want to see what happens when they go into the bedroom. Yes. So let me see if it wasn't so. The short answer, the non-long-winded answer to your question is, started writing 4 years ago, and it was a pretty natural thing for me to start. I didn't have to make a switch from any other genre, because my first book was lesbian romance, so you know it's a very small step to erotic romance. Actually, I'm an erotic romance writer, right? So, Leandra, I hope I've answered your question. Thank you for asking it. So, on to the next one from Carrie, my new beta reader. Carrie, you're amazing. She's so fast. Love it. Excellent job with Far From the World We Know. Some interesting facts about Texas. And she liked it. Yeah. So, the question is, you said last week that your books aren't meant for your gay friends or your family, that they're not your target audience. Has your family ever read any of your work? If so, were you mortified? I would think that would be quite personal. I personally would die if my family got hold of my Kindle and knew I read your books. Why? Okay, she's from Texas, they're conservative, East Texas. So it's so funny because I actually set my book in East Texas, and she's from East Texas. I mean, life can be amazing sometimes, right? So anyway, no, my family have not read my books. Luckily, my parents they don't read books in English, so they can't read my books. I mean, I'm sure they would. They're very curious. I know this, and they've asked me, "Oh, when are you gonna have it translated to Dutch?" But why would I have my book translated to Dutch just so that they can read it? There's no Dutch market for me. So no, my parents have not read it, nor has my sister. I mean, she reads English, obviously, but she hasn't read my books because it's awkward. It's they know what I do, right? No secrets there. But yeah, they don't read my books. It's just no. And my mother-in-law, she's British, so she reads a lot. Like she reads so many books, and I don't know if she's actually ever tried one of mine. If she's been curious, I don't dare to ask her. But she keeps asking me to write some like a detective novel, because when she was here this summer we talked about it. I said my goal is to write a book that you can read. She was very excited about that, but I haven't done that yet because yeah, my spy novel is on the back burner. So yeah, no, my family, no, they don't read my books, for which I'm glad. And Carrie has another question. Well, it's more of an observation. On the topic of Seasons of Love, what do you think about Holland Taylor and her girlfriend Sarah Paulson? I personally think they make a great pair. Holland Taylor is so classy and well kept. Oh, yeah, she is. I love Holland Taylor. I mean, apart from Bette Porter, she was the best thing about the L Word, right? She stole every scene she was in. And when I heard that she was with Sarah Paulson, I was like, oh, yes, Cougar Love. I love Cougar Love, right? So I love that. They would make a good Alice and Joy, but not now, right? Because, I mean, Holland Taylor is a little bit older than Alice. Maybe in 20 years they could play Alice and Joy. So thank you for these questions, Carrie. And thank you for being my new beta reader. Awesome. So, that's it. 22 minutes. Oh, not too bad. So, thank you for the questions. Thank you for watching. Send me more questions. Have an awesome weekend. I don't know. I get the feeling I've been a bit crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. So, peace out.